I wonder how the players are going to be creative.
Yeah, and we'll start off with the first party here. Wuzastic and Ish, they're going to be going ahead and being our first contenders for the matches. We'll see how they go into hand off the rip and seeing where they spawn, and we'll take a look and seeing with Morisile and having the going on to that end. Alright, seems to be going to be an Eventide Temple. It's going to be somewhere of a hotspot where we have three teams in total over Eventide Temple, two teams over in Sunwings, two teams over in Shadow Jade, and two teams near southeast of Shipwreck, as well as in Shipwreck. Let's see who's going to initiate the first fight.
Space, okay. All right, so let's see here. Got Woozastic. Well, it's just looting here, checking for the.
Yeah, Wuzazik's going to be going ahead and looting out over here in terms of the body. He's going to see going through a fight in Eventide Temple. It seems to be a lot of people going to go into this fight with everything enhanced, with no armor to be at the utmost power. Senary's going to be the backline while his teammates might be getting over here, getting smacked over. Team 10 is going to go ahead and get it almost killed by Team 2, which is going to be Suds as well as Hira. Nothing's going to stop him from going ahead and escaping from this point, but his teammate has just been killed, so now Senary's in the position to get out of that position away from Quacky. He's going to go ahead and try to get onto the top level where no one can reach him, but a crossbow's in the distance trying to attack over here. Lonely and Mizuki seem to be going up against each other though. Over here, they got the kills, successfully getting their first kills on the match. Now their teammates or enemies are going to be on a soul altar basis, whereas Yusuro and Vojina going to go ahead and go into the soul altar near Gamma Mine, most likely to try to get their loot back up together.
Are ready.
Yeah, on
Oh,
end
we
we're
have
gonna
some
have
teams.
we're
Sorry.
gonna have okay, as you could. We're gonna have Kevin and Champs as well as Gooplex going over here in Shipwreck. Gonna be going ahead into state, maybe initiating a fight nonetheless. But I think Shadow Jade might have a fight going on within Lilith and Anubis and Kef. Hard fights going to go into this place. F out by Anubis with the Cicada. Lilith getting knocked back into the Stray. Staff is going to be a huge play over here with the staggers momentum. Lilith getting knocked out right here. Her teammates going to be in a tough position to try to go through. Luke getting the hits. Parry. Luke's a menace right now. Luke is kind of going through into this fight, but the stagger duration of the F2 or F3 from Anubis just stopped him in his tracks after trying to launch a blue focus attack. And now we're going to go take a look and seeing how we go with against this other team. Promises in a Forbidden Seal Zone. Seems like he's going up against Mizuki, or Mizuki is going to be wanting to try to chase this down. Now Mo is going to go for the hits, getting the kill.
You're missing all the fun.
Mo's going in. Solo. Justina. F2. Backing off of that fight from against the Wu Chen and the Takeda.
Oh, great target selection there.
And pick up your weapon.
Yeah, well, the target selections on the solos is being a menace for them in terms of the spreading of the distance between him and his opponents. They're going to be going into this chase, but Solo's going to bait out the whole check with that against Mo. Mo's going to be escaping out of this while his teammate's going to be coming back through. Promises is back into the fight. F3 coming out as a Yodo. Mo is getting caught between a rock and a hard place. His teammate is going through. V3.
Purify the souls of their filth.
That's a heavy loss on them. I mean, unfortunate placement for that soul loss, for that Cairn for Rexy's teammate. Mo is going to be out and about while Promises and Solo are going to be seeing them pelting with the crossbow. And that's going to push Mo to go ahead and go to the Soul Altar. Considering how fast the enemy teammate came through, I don't think they're going to want to take any chances. He wants to get that life back up and going. Rexy getting V2'd by Justina by Solo. Parry out of Rexy going out of the way, but getting killed by Promises F3 over there with a dagger. Rexy's out. May have been his last life, but unsure whether or not his teammate Solo is going to be coming back. It doesn't seem that Mo wants to go into that state of mind. They're going to try to team up together, going back into and getting a pure reset off of themselves.
The shadow thickens.
Oh, it looks like we got a little thing with the stream title, sir.
Yeah, I'm trying to see I'm getting that change for you, ladies and gentlemen, so that way we can have people know what the Kunlun CUP with the duo script. Let me see if I can try to do that in the meantime. But with the meantime, Richard, go ahead, take it away, man.
Yeah, so far it's looking pretty exciting. A lot of teams they're having good target selection, so meaning the teams they're all focusing on
Brothers
one
and sisters,
one player.
I am under
That's the thing that
God's
sets
fury breathes
duels,
through me.
Purify the
trios.
souls of their
Duels is
filth.
different from trios, and duels is different from some solos
As
because
the
there's a good
hawk
hybrid
flies.
between the two. In solos, you always want to go for someone with the low armor. In trios, you want to go for the weakest link on the other team. So when you're seeing duos teams target a specific person, yeah, I just love to see it. It gives an advantage to the gameplay. Like for your team, the advantage is all there. You can't play duos like it is in solos, and you can't play duos like it is in trios. So being able to see the gameplay today, it makes me happy because it's so different from the other modes.
Yeah, and a duo in a, in an aspect, right? If you go into a trio, there's a lot of gameplay mechanics that go into state where one person can focus the whole team, and then having a solos is more of a focus on yourself and your mindset when it comes to it. But duos, there's kind of an even Steven type environment where you and your teammate depend on each other. In a fighting type scenario, it's either or. That's why I think a lot of synergy comes into place where duos can be a lot better for both the gameplay sense as well as for the mindset of knowing that it's not just another third person. It's just you and another person fighting against another two sets, and that's all you have to focus on besides third parties. So going into here, Solo and Promises are trying to go back onto Rexy, but the table have turned with that ult coming out. Now they're escaping with a wasted ult on this end from Promises, so now he has to set himself up to get his energy back by canceling it early. Only with 40% left, or 60% left to get back into ult as Yodo trying to parry Rexy. Rexy's going to go ahead, though, and have his Mortal Defiance proc ready on the standby. But doesn't matter. Gets killed with the uppercut by Luke, or by Solo, who does end up killing his opponent, Mo. And Rexy and Mo, I think, have one last solo altar left to try and go and make this work. In the meantime, Cream Pies and Vagina going up against each other. Going to be a little bit of a little fight by Gamma Mine, which is west of Shadow Jade as a whole.
Souls of their filth.
Cream Pie's going to counter ult against Yusuro, who did proc his ult. He's trying to escape while Cream Pies is trying to look for an opponent and still chases down Yusuro. Or Vagina's going to be going ahead and going into the state, getting hit by a V3 by Cream Pies, who's also trying to find out where she's going to fall. She's going to go ahead and chase down her opponents. Finds Yusuro in the mine itself. Ground floor. Ult coming out by Vagina with a Matari V3, it seems. Cream Pie is ecstatic to try to get this kill. She got the blue focus ready, but unknowingly Kevin is still on his defensive stance. While going with the F, Vagina tries to escape after post V3 Matario. His opponents chase him. He's scale rushing. He's throwing him off for a loop. He's trying to go ahead and try to do the whoop-de-doop. Unfortunately, I think Justin had just got killed. I think that was his last life, so he has no more reses, no more read burst setting himself up. So Vagina might be able to get out of here for free. Cream Pies is still chasing behind them. And unwearingly, I think she just turned back. But now Promises getting wombo comboed. Oh no, Wuzastic with Ish, the combo breaker, going into the state of forcing Promises to force V3 Yodo ult. After taking a heavy beating from a Valda Viper combo. V2 by Solo is going to push out Ish. Ish is low. He's going to have to reset. His teammate Wooz is definitely not in the spot because Poison Splash had just procced V2 pop by Justina, a.k.a. Solo. But Ish coming with the dual blade setup gets the kill off of Lilith. And I think that just knocked him out of the game completely.
Thank you. Just remember, no good deed goes unpunished.
Wait, not by Lilith, by Solo. I mean, sorry about that. And our team, someone's in the realm of Yang. What is this, Nubis?
Sometimes I forget how good.
Getting a clean sweep off of Mo and Rexy. They still have a chance, though. Mo and Rexy still have a chance of getting out of this realm of Yang. They have 4 minutes and 30 seconds to try to make their makes, trying to get a Soul Bloom essence from one of their enemies. And in this case, it doesn't seem to be any sort of voucher for them unless they try to go ahead and initiate a fight. It's not a freebie loss that they can take. Now take a look at Suds. Suds and LFG are going to be going to get through. Quacky getting stuck by the 3-3 Justina ult. They're pushing down Suds. Suds is not in a good position. Couldn't press F out of that fight. Senri gonna go with the Great Sword, getting a kill off of Hero and Suds. Like I said, 4 minutes and 30 seconds they have to find a solo essence, while the other team gets a dramatic buff, and it could benefit them in the long run. They see someone. They see Mo and Rexy in the distance. It seems that they're gonna head and go in against their opponents back up in the northeast near Sunwings, where they had died just previously. Whole bunch of fights going into this place. I really like the Rumble Vang though. I don't know if you've seen anything. It's it really pushes out a lot of aggression for players to try to fight each other, and as well as getting a benefit if they win. And if they lose, they have to be aggressive again or find a solo essence that's been left behind. Otherwise, they'll die.
Yeah, no, sir. The Realm of Vang is very new for me. If you could give me a quick explanation as to what it is for.
Yeah, TLDR, Realm of Yang is going to be a portal that spawns in. It kind of takes over the place of a Morris Blessing, where there's going to be multiple portals inside the Realm of Yang itself. It's going to be a 1v1 against teams in terms of trying to get an advantage over another. Whoever wins the fight, or whoever has the most HP by the end of the 1 minute and 40-second duration will be granted a special Morris Blessing, which is essentially purple weapons, as well as a buff between Draco, Vermilion Bird's Might, and Mystic Might. Both with all three with different durations for them to go ahead. But now we're gonna watch a fight going into this place.
I love this spot.
Forced ults. Suds was first to ult with the Matari V1. Mizuki with the V3 Matari ult to be proc second. Suds is going in. Hero getting into the V2 F2 frozen status. Suds is pushing in. Gets a vertical off of. Oh my gosh! V3 by Hero just stopped Rexy in his tracks and stopped the Mortal Defiance for even being a problem for them. Gets a parry! Double parry by Mo! Mo gets a double parry off of Suds and Hero, and it allows for them to get pushed back. Go for the blue focus after Suds is going through. Parries though Mo. Mo is down for the count, and I think is knocked out of the match as a whole, putting Suds and Hero ahead. Let's take a look at the leaderboard, because wait, hold on a second. Woo's going up against Anubis. I think Anubis just won the fight. No, they're just trying to push out Ish and Woo's over here. It seems that they're going to be near Celestra. Another team is nearby, as we can tell. Vojina and Yusoro are going to be over here, and another team down south, which is Blue and Solo, it seems. Let's see how this fight ends up in this sense. When I try to pick up a Salak, try to get that defense buff, as you don't know. If anyone doesn't know, there are fruits scattered around the map with different effects. Salaks are a very strong defensive buff for you to utilize for 2 minutes, I believe. If you take that fruit or a pear, which it grants attack buff, you can become a force to reckon with in a fight. But now, Anubis' teammate Kef was initiating. Lilith is going to force ult here as a Valda, and Woo's with the combo. That's not Lilith, that's Ish. Ish is going through in there. I was reading as Lilith. On this point, Anubis is going to proc out his ult. He does have V1, so Woo's is now in a 1v1 against him, while his teammate is apparently going against 3 different enemies. Kev is in a stuck position, getting dual bladed out of the way. Anubis is not realizing what's going on, so now he's going to have to escape. Kevin's going to be wanting to tell him his team, hey, get out of there right now. But Anubis is like, I'm trying. But all of his enemies are literally out for death. On this end, V3 procs, putting them both in the knock-up state. But a Tumult ult stops Anubis from moving further. He's going to try to go inside the circle to stop him, but Lonely is going to get that kill for free. And that third-party situation knocks Kev and Anubis outside the match. And now, Quacky and Kevin going against each other. Quacky has a gold longsword, so he has a lot of damage. And he also has V3 as a whole. It's a little bit bugged out, but he does have that utilization of extra slashes if he does get over past level 2, which is purple, which is not. He is halfway from this bar. Once he reaches that point, ladies and gentlemen, once he gets past the 3rd bar in his ult, that's when he'll be able to get 4 slashes, which is level 2.
Sure.
But it seems that a bounty was just placed. Blue and Lonely got a bounty. It seems they got the bounty on Vojina and Yusoro, Team 12. And looking at the leaderboard, Quacky and Senri has 7 kills, first place. Party 10. Party 11, second place, Lonely and Blue. 3 kills each, 6 total. In third place, we have Gooplex and Champs at 4 kills, and there are Party 9, so there's still a ways from getting kills off the end. Although the other parties are still looking for opponents, Champs and Gooplex have found their opponents between Lonely and Blue. Let's see how this goes out. An ult instantly comes out. Gooplex gets the ult to freeze. Tumult ult coming out to counter any sort of grabs from outside of the Tumult Storm. It seems that they don't have a chance, though, to try to grab him out. Blue's going to escape for that for free while taking just a little bit of damage. Lonely's going to get grabbed because he was inside his own ult, which kind of stops the chances of dodging the grabs. Blue was thinking about resetting, but is now on the offensive, trying to save his teammate. Lonely getting caught out by this Justina, getting a blue focus to stop Blue Gooplex from chasing out. Tian Hai ult from Champs is going to be ending right now. He's going to be going into the backline trying to chase Blue out while Gooplex is chasing out the opponent. But now the grapple goes out. Tian Hai gets a kill off of Lonely. Lonely is now gone from the match unless Blue secures his fight. Blue focus coming out of Gooplex with the dual blades, double dual blade, killing Blue. And Champs and Gooplex win their fight. Heavy damage from this gold dual blades that the Gooplex has on standby. And now we're in the top 5 teams, which is pretty good. Pretty good. Rumble Yang is open up, but what is this fight going off in the zone? Oh, this is the Rumble Yang fight going into place. Vojana and Yusuro are going to be going into a fight going against Hira, and it seems to be Suds who activated ult. Like I said, Suds has V1, and so he's going to be able to go ahead and get a longer duration, but Vojana going to go ahead and against the V3 Justina. Yusuro activating ult, pushing out Suds. Hira's going to be going into a place, getting a free armor off at this point because she was just the right distance away, but Vojana is getting uppercutted into high heck. Yusuro getting a parry? Yes, a parry with the nunchucks. Now Vojana is going to be in a stuck position between him and Suds, but the blue focus soul break could kill him, but now a V3 from Hira, misplaced possibly, could benefit. Suds is out. 1v2, Hira getting killed. Nice play by Yusuro. He used his F1 to enable her to get staggered while he got free pocket shots with that musket. It's good plays.
Consider yourself under my protection for the moment.
And with that, they're going to get a buff. I think they got Mystic Might. Let me see what's going on with Aura over the head. Yeah, Mystic Might. Mystic Might, just to give you a quick clarification, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys don't know, Mystic Might is a defensive type stance. It lasts for 180 seconds. But it also gives damage mitigation against you and your opponents. The added caveat about it, and this is kind of a very, very strong output for them, is that it's going to be set up to be going ahead into the side of knowing who your opponents are 100 meters away. They don't get notified about it at all. They're kind of going to go into a state of the unknown while you know exactly where they are for 6 seconds. As you can see right here, Champs got spotted. They don't know, but they can see their opponents obviously with the aura that goes around. But if they're behind buildings, there's no way of knowing whether or not you're getting spotted. Yusuro is going to be the only one with the purple armor, while Champs, or with Vojana, is going to have the blue armor. So he's going to be the easy target if they can armor check with any sort of pot shots they can enable.
So going back to that Rumble Yang, that buff that Voja and Yosuro is an offensive buff, which is perfect for them because they're very offensive players. Matari is also amazing at keeping the damage up. Amazing choice. The Rumble Yang, it's an addition that's it's so good for the game in my opinion.
What do we have here?
Yeah, one thing with it, right, is that the Mystic Might buff is like, I think it's one of the greater offensive abilities, but rather than Draco Storm. Draco Storm has, you know, a shorter duration of 120 seconds, but it does have a lightning bolt that staggers, similar to Storm Stride, where if you are able to secure your opponent down, you can quite literally push them into a stance of not being able to do anything. But the vision of this game is huge, especially when there's so many, you know, variables in terms of the sight of rocks, hills, buildings, and anything that's sort of nature. Getting that unrecognized notification of where the enemy is a huge boon, where you can also see on the map. But it seems that Vojana and Yusuro lost their opponents. They may have just scale rushed out, while Suds and Hira are going to be walking away to the east. They're going to be going to the south, thinking where their opponents are. All teams are spread out. We might see a fight going on over here in the western side between Champs, between Trifid Junction and Council Courtyard with Hira and Suds. And now Team 12 and Team 6 over at Gamma Mine Part 2, where Vojana and Yusuro were fighting Cream Pies earlier.
Yeah, and they can make use of that buff now.
Yeah.
They're locking in.
3 minutes they have that vision. And now, Mizuki, Team 8, using nunchucks. Vojina going to be in the spot over the hill, gets the advantage with the Saggers. Mizuki going to be activating ult to try to counter parry this in terms of his effect. Mizuki going to be running away because his teammate is nowhere near him. Gohan is somewhere in the distance while Vojina going to activate ult, finds Mizuki, gets the Stagger, might give you the kill, the fail, but the F by Mizuki going to kill himself in the zone because Vojina was able to get the F off an ult, and Gohan is going to be escaping this,
Is noted.
knowing that his teammate was a lost life. But he could still make this back. He still has an opportunity. Now Champs and Gooplex are going to be waiting at the Realm of Yang, I think, or rather they're going to be waiting for this fight. I think they just won against their teammates, against their enemies here, and Suds knocking them out.
Yeah, sir. People forget in duos it's a team game. Like, you got to have good positioning, and it's easy to forget because it's so similar to solos. Again, like, it's a hybrid of the two, right?
Yeah.
And just being out of position is so costly to have a 2 versus 1 situation.
Is exactly right, yeah. And positioning is key. I mean, you can fight on one person, but don't go by yourself because then a whole new team could show up and you'll be losing yourself and as well as possibly the match. Consider your teammate will be at a disadvantage at that point. But Team 10, they spot Gohan, I think. He's by himself, but they don't know that.
Yeah, they don't know. And this is very smart of them because without all the information, they're playing it very smart.
They go
feel out the area, feel out the enemy.
Yeah, if they get the range game, though, it seems that they could possibly try to get themselves into a position of finding their opponents. Gooplex and Gojina are getting chased out, where the Ballista is now under Team 10's approach. Quacky's on it. Gohan hides in that bush, but Quacky's not going to know anything about it. Yusuro is going to be in the housing over there. Senri is going to be looking for opponents and enemies.
Gohan's right there.
Yeah, but Yusuro is going to be going ahead and hiding out in this building as well. He doesn't want to get any sort of positioning for his opponent in the Ballista because that's not going to be a good idea to get shot by it. And while the stone closes in, they still have control overall in this into the Ballista and not checking any sort of way. They are kind of built different right now with their builds. Earthshaker with the Inferno Slash and the Overlord kind of puts his greatsword into a strong sense, especially with the Overlord and Earthshaker. Although if he does get a clink with the Stoneform, Inferno Slash kind of goes out the window unless he's planning on trying to get a level 2 charge manually before initiating in a fight.
Well, that's what Overlord does. Overlord gives you the full greatsword ability without needing to wait.
Alright. Senri's knocking out these bushes. He's trying to find his opponents and trying to see where the heck they could be. At this stage, Vojina's going to be going ahead and teaming up with Yusuro in the building, trying to save himself with his teammate, but also being close-minded with in case someone tries to find them while they're trying to hide in the bush. In the meantime, though, Gold Morris Blessing. I think the Ballista just spotted them. Heard a Ballista shot coming out from the Ballista. I think they might have spotted them for a split second, but are now going to the shop. Seems like they're going to try to go ahead and get themselves some good gear, which they do, in fact. Get some power play items, if they have the weapons for it. Armor Pierce is a very strong Jade, and yeah, Yusuro did use that Jade earlier. Now he's going to swap it out, try to go into the offensive side of losing, deducting HP from the opponents of their armor. Champs and Suds, or Champs and Gooplex, I should say, are now here, arriving at Council Courtyard. Drawn in by the circle, but also by this Morris Blessing. I mean, this is legendary armor, man. If you don't take the legendary armor, something ain't right with you. But at the same time,
yeah.
Ballista is overlooking like a hawk in the sky. If everyone goes into the Morris Blessing, that Ballista is going to be the first thing looking at them. Champs is going to be trying to get some pot shots off of his opponents in Team 12, while Quacky and Team 10 as a whole are still overseers in this area. He's going to repair his chest. He is maxed out. He has 6 bolts. He sees Champs, knocks a shot, gets a good snipe off of Champs, gets 2 hits, too low. Champs is way, way above his pay grade right now in terms of the damage that he's sustaining. So he's going to be hiding in the waterfall, trying to go into to a reset before his opponents can be able to see him. And Quacky, using his last repair chest, going to go ahead, looking for opponents. Grab from the sky. Who is this? Disturber of the Peace, Vojina. Level 3 charge, though, coming out from Senri. Was not expecting that. Vojina is going to be pushing himself out of the fight now. Quacky's going to go for that. Hits Vojina once. Gets a stagger with the jump left click with the longsword. Goes for the scale rush, hitting Vojina off the side of the tower towards Council Courtyard. Quacky's going to be in this tough spot right here. Vojina's going to be on the offensive side. His teammate, I don't know if Justin is anywhere in terms of this. Yusuro, he's going to be in the south side of the tower, healing up beneath the scaffolding. while Senri and Yusuro,
The shadow will short.
he does have a Flamebreaker though, so if he finds his opponent, he's able to go through. Vagina is, teams up though, back with his teammate on the ground. This is a huge aerial fight that could end up going into their favor. Yusuro using his F1 unsparingly. He's going to have to wait for that to come back up. Quacky going for the aerial blue focus attack while he's going to go for the Scare Rush, but fails because of the scrapple from Vagina. Wait a second. Close-minded fights. Good hits. Quacky's low now. 2 ults from both Mataris. It seems to be a bit of a tough spot for Quacky right here. If he can go for that hit. One almost hit. Kills Quacky with a V3. Oh no, Senri still has the extended ult, but uses his F unsparingly. Now the enemy team is here, champs. Yusuro caught in a position. Vagina can't save his teammate unless he's going in to risk it all for the biscuit. Now Vagina getting tagged by the other team that was chasing him. Yusuro getting punished, I think, outside of the zone. I don't know if he's going to be able to survive this while Vagina's going to be looking for his opponents because the res is coming off. Super close in the hell HP. Oh no, Gooplex is going after Voj in the side of the circle. It's not going to be good. Oh, he has no way of escaping at this point. There he is. Found his crevice to get out of there. Might go for the Morses for the armor swap to start getting back to his teammate as soon as possible. Ballista missing him just barely. Dodging like a champ. And talk about champs. It seems like Justin has his ult back up again. That's right. Rage build, baby. Let's go. And Gohan's going to get Phoenix Blast out of the wazoo, but he is by himself. So he is a lonesome force to be reckoned with. He has his V3, I think. Gets a nice little LMB, 1, 2, 3 there. The Kabloom. Oh no, V1 by Duplex. Gohan is out. But Vagina gets Quacky. I think that might just be pushing everyone out. Senri's in the zone against Vagina here. He's getting grappled hit. That the damage is too much for him. His HP was going down the threader with 85 per tick from the Shadow Corruption. Vagina is now resetting with his teammate. Like I said, you team up with your teammate, you win the game. That's how duos are, and that's what I love about it, man.
Yeah.
Yusuro
Yusuro and Voja, they have insane synergy this game. You can tell. Voja's movement, Yusuro's insane fighting sense. They're 2 peas in a pod. Amazing.
Yeah, Gooplex and wait a second. Champs is trying to snipe out these opponents in the sky. He knows where they are. If Champs is gonna go ahead and try to get some pot shots, it's a good time now. I mean, he has now the ballista in his arsenal, so now he gets big damage, knocking his opponents away from each other. Besides the waterfall near Council Courtyard, Ballista is now going to be in the zone, so he has no chance except using his ranged weapon to his disposal. While Gooplex is down on the ground, Champs is going to be looking oversee with his eyes. Gets grappled in midair. Teaming up with his opponent. Good synergy on the ends. Almost gets parried by Vagina, but the distance was just enough to not get parried. Champs is now going to be wanting to set himself up in a good blue focus. Vagina going for the swarm damage. He wants to get that range damage off for free, which is good. Almost gets parried by the jump parry by Justin, who is a showdown main if no one knows. But at this point, Yusuro gonna go ahead. Whose parry is that? Combo. Longsword. Vagina by himself activates ult. Frozen status by Gooplex. Champs is gonna activate ult right now. Tian Hai ult could grab him. Vagina out in the zone. He is stuck in between a rock and a Tian Hai, and a Tian Hai is definitely there to secure the win for Team 9. Champs and Gooplex winning the match with a clean grab. Champs and Gooplex secure the dub. First round, Kunlun CUP.
Very well played.
Yeah.
A lot of action that game. No one held back at all.
Yeah, at that point, first and third place, Quacky, Senri, LFG. 7 kills, totaling out to nearly 28k damage tied together. Second place, Yusuro and Vagina, 6 kills, but with 16k damage almost. They did secure second place, while first place by Gooplex and Champs with 11 kills, almost nearly 29,000 damage. Very offensive comp. The freeze meta is definitely a thing for them to utilize, especially with the Tian Hai and getting that opponent outside of the realm of being able to escape. They're going to put themselves in first place for the first round, but ladies and gentlemen, there is 5 rounds, so there's still a chance for anyone else to come through getting kills, getting placement. Points are on the line. And we'll be right back with round 2. BRB.